you know, both of those decks, both Affinity and Splinter Twin, I feel like have solid matchups against Elves from what I've seen. But I also don't want to underestimate anything after watching this Elves second action, because I thought Ad Nauseam was going to be very solid there, and it was anything but.
I know that one of your favorite things is jumping into a beatdown. We might be watching that right now. You take a look at Wagner's board of Torpor Orb, Arcbound Ravager, Signal Pest, Spellskite, couple of lands, Mox Opal, and looks like Cranial Plating too, though an Ancient Grudge is being cast right now, so might want to hold the phone here just a moment.
Right. I mean, you got to get the Spellskite off the table, and you got to get the Torpor Orb off the table to be able to combo out.
And for what it's worth, C's life total is actually quite high.
Yep.
I expected it to be lower, given things. There's a Stomping Ground that's going to enter the battlefield untapped, so it's not quite over just yet. Looks like Torpor Orb is going to bite the dust. Wagner has drawn his hate cards, that's for sure. Here comes Signal Pest. There are some artifacts on the battlefield here. Pass the turn back. How good is Wesley C's hand? That's the question. Picked up a copy of Lightning Bolt. I see at least one Deceiver Exarch over there. He's got some fight left in him, that's for sure, though he is at 9. This appears to be a copy of Spellskite. Wagner untapping. Take a draw. Didn't get a great look at it. It's another copy of Signal Pest.
Just trying to add the artifact count.
Yep. Remember, there is an interaction that does come up with Spellskite, and Arcbound Ravager. You can redirect the modular from Arcbound Ravager over to Spellskite. Now, modular is this weird thing where it says, you know, yes or no. So if you redirect to the Spellskite, you can just say, no, I'm not going to use it.
Right.
But you can change the target of the modular. Here's the attack on 1/1 Ravager and a pretty big Signal Pest that can't be blocked. A bunch of damage is coming through. Looks like 6. Maybe not. How about a Lightning Bolt? Ravager's going to eat that Signal Pest. It'll get a little bit bigger.
Maybe a little more eating to be done here.
Potentially. A little surprised that not being the case. Maybe want to work your way through that annoying Spellskite.
It seems like you're likely to want to pump up the Ravager anyway.
Looks like that's a copy of Vault Scourge, promo edition. Play and equip, pass the turn back. See, we'll draw a card. Steam Vents.
But between Spellskite and assuming that Wesley has a combo piece, again, assuming he has land number 4 and Splinter Twin, I think he's got the pieces he needs to get through this.
I think he does too. He'll pass the turn back.
Because Andrew's modular tricks are shut off for the reason that you mentioned.
And I'm not sure, there's an Inkmoth Nexus down there, but I'm not sure if there's any way to deal 10 infect this turn. It doesn't look to be the case. Here's Deceiver Exarch. We'll see what that's tapping. Or untapping. It's going to tap down the Vault Scourge. Here come the beatdowns. Spellskite will jump in front of the Ravager. Time to move the plating over to the Signal Pest. Looks like it's a hit for 6. You can activate the Inkmoth Nexus and make it 7.
With tapped out here, if Wesley is tapped out in this spot, it means that he would have to pay 2 life for the redirection. Now Arcbound Ravager and Cranial Plating have this sort of weird tension with one another.
They do. You see the math that's being done. If you just simply count Inkmoth Nexus as an artifact,
yep,
that's the easiest thing to do. There are 7 artifacts on the battlefield. Signal Pest is not going to pump itself. because it does not pump itself in Battle Cry. So 7, and then if you sacrifice the Ravager, you're down to 6 artifacts, but then you get the 2 counters up to 8 artifacts. 8 is not 9.
Right. And the 2 points there from the Ravager can be redirected. It's the same as paying for it.
That's
so
a Splinter
I think
Twin.
Andrew's 1 point short.
Yep, and that is going to do it. Wesley C is going to win this match here over Andrew Wagner. 2-1. Blue-Red Twin is moving on to the finals to play against Elves.
I think on that turn previous that Andrew needed to make that Ravager large enough to trade with the Spellskite. Or
think so
sorry,
too.
to force the Spellskite into a chump block there rather than being able to stay alive. Because if Wesley has